This storied house has seen some of the game's greats. Boz, Bradford, Peterson, and Stoops. Welcome, everyone, to Norman, Oklahoma, and the Palace on the Prairie, home to the Oklahoma Sooners. The Razorbacks will boot it away to start the game. Going for the return. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Oklahoma's will be in a hole thanks to that short return. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Leaves it with the back. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
Makes a connection. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Sooners are flying down the field. He's going to pass. They're trying to get to it. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why these quarterbacks are just so hard to defend. It's a pass play, drops back, first down. Got to play the whole field up, scrambles around, runs for a first down, new set of downs, new set of problems.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like, the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
Tackled, but he has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
He got it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown Sooners! The Sooner schooner doesn't have a tight turning radius, but it can rev up the Oklahoma crowd, David.
Man, get them started, get them going early, test the limits, get in the end zone, get these people going bananas, just safely. Go bananas, go crazy, but, don't do too much and don't fall over in your seats.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Arkansas's offense has the ball for the first time. I know what a weapon he is on the outside, but stretching the field against this dude in the secondary will be a challenge.
And just some safeties have it, the awareness, the ability to see the ball, to break on the football, and he's one of those guys.
This QB better be looking this safety off. You can't just trust your receiver's going to out-athlete him every time you throw him the ball, because this safety is a different breed.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. On the run, it's Russell. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Well, there was something the quarterback liked in the pre-snap there, thinking his primary target was going to have a favorable matchup, but the defense did a nice job disguising that look. They got more bodies over to him and forced the incompletion.
He unleashes a long one. Brings it in down the left side. Running toward the tape. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Arkansas! That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. Saw a great example of it right there.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. The Sooners decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the...
And he breaks into the open. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Stop is made at the 22, a 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Use the play fake, now to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the play fake. Looking left. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Bringing it back. And he picks it off and takes it back before he finally steps out of bounds. And that is how we'll wrap up the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled, deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
He's going to take off. At the 35, he's got more. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
The Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Just feeds the running back. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Leaves it with the back. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Would have been a makeable 49-yard field goal attempt, but they'd rather try to keep the ball and move it on 4th and short.
Neutrals on your side.
Defense a little too anxious there. They're just making it easier for this offense. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gets it out fast. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. And the Sooners looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. From the gun, the running back has it. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff. But putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. A great drive by the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Getting some heat. He's got his man. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. High formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. You think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Jackson gonna throw it. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. The holder will kneel down at the 29, making it a 39-yard attempt. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Moving away from pressure. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw at Hawkins. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Sooners will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Catch in the middle. It's Robertson. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. With the catch, it's Russell. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Russell. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the grab on 3rd down, and that is a rare drop for this guy. And the Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
He's right on target. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. He wants to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Trying to convert this second and short. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll line up for a second down play. He's going for the big play. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap on third down. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. He wants to start this drive with a pass.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
He wants to throw here on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. At the 45 on his way. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Looking to move it through the air. It's complete on the right side. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. The Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to get to it. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Coming after it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. This is a most difficult attempt. 59 yards out from the right hatch. And that is no good. And guys still down by 4, still needing a touchdown to take the lead. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. Takes a hit as he fires. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is...
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about shifting this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
Fires to the big fella. And tackled there by the defense. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And the Razorbacks line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They go to the ground. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Trying play action. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Yeah, and I tell you what, a lot of times you roll your quarterback to the right or to the left, and in this case, the right. And you're trying to get him outside the pocket to buy him a little bit of time, get him off that spot, take some deep shots, and he missed. But it was a nice shot down the middle.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. And the Sooners are moving quickly down the field. He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, he's able to stress defenses with his ability running the football, too. And I know what you're thinking out there. Yeah, Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray and these recent Oklahoma quarterbacks that were able to run the ball. Dare I take you back to 1985 and J.C. Holloway coming off the bench for an injured Troy Aikman and leading the Sooners to a national championship, running the option on offense. This guy's showing you a little J.C. Holloway action with that last run there.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Sooners will try to punch it in on first and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Sooners!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Jackson will throw. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside. Defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what?
And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jess. He wants to go deep. Pulls it in inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
The Razorbacks will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. The give to the left. And the ball slipped out. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. You know, the defense is all about stopping teams, but when you have a chance to swing momentum, scoop it and score yourself, it is such a huge play.
Yeah, you just go to the offense and be like, bro, we don't need you. We got this. We'll score ourselves if we have to. Great job by the defense doing what they need to do, and then go talk a little trash to the offense.
First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Out of the gun, the give to the back. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. He tries to take the top off. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. That's caught, it's Mitchell. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Pushes toward the goal line. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And it's no good. After the miss, the lead still at 11.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
And the quarterback hauled up to and sacked at the 12. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on down. Line gets set, 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. He now has 108 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. To the air, it's Hawkins. They're bringing heat. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. And he's got it! Touchdown, Oklahoma! That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Russell. What a cut, now he's loose. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. And the Razorbacks headed quickly to the line.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
The Razorbacks have taken it inside the 20. Jackson gonna throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. And the Sooners have enough for the first down.
How about that? Fourth down, I'm going for it because I'm ending this game with my offense on the field, getting the first down, and now Palmer just watching it go tick, tick, tick.
Yep. Listen, it's just imposing your will, right? You know you're running it. The opponent knows you're running it there on fourth down. There's just nothing they can do to stop it.
He'll keep it himself. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown Sooners. And the route is on. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. One more play to pad the stats. Jackson will throw. Feeling some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Now facing a 2nd and 10 from the 28 after that last incompletion. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play and